Hey, I'm sorry I'm watching Dave Chappelle. Oh my gosh. Or the Chappelle show, I should say. So freaking hilarious. Such a classic. What y'all getting into tonight? I know it's late for some. Shoot, don't mind me. I don't know. I felt like I'm up, so might as well make good use of the time. I did a couple of posts, just sending out a few reminders. Kind of got those downloads to kind of post those. Feel like those have been coming to me more and more, quite honestly. Feel like some of that stuff just need to be said, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, I hope everybody had a good week. If you didn't, hope it gets better. Hope tomorrow at least is better for you. And yeah. I'm sorry. This stuff is I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I miss when shows were like that. Like just kept you laughing. Oh goodness. But yeah, I don't know. Feeling like a shift, a big change is here. I guess with the actual start of the new year, I guess it makes sense that I feel this way. Because I definitely didn't feel this way in January, if I'm being completely honest. Oh, man. Sorry, I know I'm in the dark. Come over here to my little light. Yeah, but I was saying, I don't know. I've been feeling really good. Like, hella on top of the world type of energy, which I guess I should because, shoot, been working hard out here. Trying to stay sane, fighting demons every day. Shoot. Oh, hey, Cali Queen. And, oh, Lord, I don't want to butcher your name. Asan Hashmi. Hello, hello. I said, what y'all getting into tonight? Y'all chilling? Y'all going out? Shoot, y'all know me. Homebody nation right here. So my home is my spot. But no, I just wanted to pop on and just check in with everybody. Still working on some things. I don't know if you all have gotten a chance to see on my channel, but I was able to get my Patreon and PayPal link set up. So yay, snaps for me. That's what I had been working on that I had told you guys about. And of course, I don't want anyone to feel like pressure to do anything like donations or, you know, whatever I guess they call them is appreciated, but please don't feel pressure to. Because I don't want to be one of them people on here begging people for stuff like that's just not my cup of tea. However, I recognize that I should definitely not be so closed off about receiving if people want to give. You get what I'm saying? So, or not, like my father used to say, not cutting my blessings short. So, but yeah, I was able to get that set up and going for you guys, and I'm working on the stuff that's gonna be for the Patreon content. So look out for that for those of you who do happen to go over there. Um, what else was it? Yeah, so everything's in the description, I believe, for the PayPal and the Patreon. And I think there's a couple of other things I'm looking at right now. I'm trying to look at more permanent solutions to um, like be able to connect with you guys. So whether like video calls or over the phone or something like that. I'm still working on it. But again, my email is always there for those who have like serious inquiries or serious questions or, anything like that. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need to. Um, let's see. Trying to think. Oh, hold on. So I'm gonna go ahead and preface this now. This is just kind of hanging loose, just kind of chilling out live tonight. However, bots will not be tolerated. So y'all know who you are. You have my permission to exit stage left right now. Because I'm not with the BS. Not now, not ever. So to the left, to the left. You can exit. Because this ain't for you. Because my favorite thing is when people try to play in your face and act like you don't know what they're doing. And they don't know what they're doing. But we all know what they're doing. But like I said, I'm here for my peoples. And y'all not my peoples. So exit stage left. Thank you. All BS comments or whatever in the live will be ignored. So I'm just letting you know now. Back to regularly scheduled program. Um, yeah, like I said, I've been feeling really good, good energy. It ain't been from a lack of bots and Smiths trying to tug at it, but I still reign supreme because, you just kind of overcome a lot of the BS when you recognize that people, they really ain't got nothing better else to do. They really don't. Um, but I know it comes with the territory of being chosen and being a beautiful human being. Or excuse me, I'm not a human being. I'm an alien. I don't claim that. Nope, not anymore. Because I'm not from this place. I am not from this place. I am not regular. That much I do know. But yeah, I don't anticipate that, a lot of people will get where I come from and just basically how I am and who I am because I'm not meant for everybody. And that's okay. And, and I'm sure you as a chosen individual understand that because you're not for everybody either. You're special, you're unique. And people hate things that they don't understand because it makes them feel inferior. Now, the sad thing is that these people could also feel just like you, but instead of focusing on fixing themselves, they choose to hate you for being exactly who you are. And shoot, I wish you guys could have seen my shirt today. I had bought a shirt off of Etsy and it said, talking about, be you, the world will adjust. And like, truer words have never been spoken. Once you get to the place that I'm at and you recognize and you realize, like, if somebody don't like you or got a problem with you, baby, okay, and like, who cares? Like, at the end of the day, you're not special. Like, shoot, take a number. I'm sure there's a lot of people got a problem with me for whatever reason that they done concocted in their brain. So, and I'm sure you probably experienced the same. But life goes on. My thing is, people be thinking you supposed to just melt and fade away and fade to black because, oh, I don't like you. Okay, bitch. Like, don't nobody care. Least of all me, that's for sure. That's for damn sure. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be me. That's all I know how to do is be me. And like I said, this energy that I'm in, man, I'm about to be hurting feelings left and right with my bluntness because I don't know how else to be but me. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So if you a person who get your feelings hurt easily, I'm not for you because my this mouth be getting me in trouble in more ways than one. But anywho, let me keep it cute. Let me keep it cute. But yeah, I don't know, like I don't know, is anybody else feeling this massive like energy, like boss energy, like you feel like you could just take on anybody, anything, like you could really just tear some up because that's how I've been feeling like all week. I've been feeling like on cloud freaking 12. And it's like, even though, yeah, stuff comes up, little, people and places and things trying to mess with your energy and your vibes and stuff. But it's like, so, like, okay. Because it's just, I don't know. I can't stop laughing because it's hilarious. Like, it's hilarious to me. The fact that other people want to try to tear down somebody, energy, trying to what's the word, trying to make someone feel inferior and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, like people who do stuff like that, I don't think they recognize and I don't think they realize, like, if you're trying to tear someone down, that means you're beneath that person. Like, it's really that simple. Like, for real, it's really that simple. You cannot tear down someone who is in a higher position than yourself, and especially if that person was put there in that position. Not even that they put themselves there, but they were put there by a higher power. You can't knock them off their game. Nothing you ever do will ever hurt them, ever. Like, the weapons will form, but they'll never prosper. Everything you do will will rebound like 100-fold. And I, have been seeing and experiencing the rebounds for some folks in real time. And I'm sorry, like hey, it is what it is. I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel nothing for them. And this is the opposite of the type of person that I am because I typically, being an empathic person, I feel everybody's everything. But the energy I'm on now is like, no, hey, if you did fuck shit, you deserve fuck shit treatment in return. Like, that's how I feel. You get out or you get back what you put out. Point blank, period. And I think a lot of these energies and stuff like that from people like this is growing more desperate, if you will, because they know their time is running out. Like, they don't have no more time, like, to try to, I guess, take as many souls down to hell with them as they as they could possibly try to. But for those of us who already have a spot saved, a solidified seat, we don't have shit to worry about. Like, there's nothing that we can do or say that's going to make us lose that spot, like, at all. And I don't know if those bots realize that or not. Some of them probably, some of them probably not. But it's going to be what it's going to be regardless. That's one thing that I do know. And I just know that what's for someone is for them. You can't, you have no power. They only can play off of the energy and the power that we relinquish to them. And that's why, like, for me, I'm working on getting better at, like, not reacting to the BS and all that, because I recognize, like, yeah, they're energy vampires. That's literally what they live for. They don't have any other way to get their supply unless, excuse me, they're constantly trying to trigger somebody or trying to attack them and get them to, react in a crazy way and all this other stuff. And it's like, yeah, no, like I'm not doing that. Like I'm not. Because I've also come to the realization that, there's nothing really going on that's that serious for me to have to sit here and stop everything that I'm doing, thinking, feeling, because people want to be buttholes. Like, okay. And what's crazy to me is like how a lot of these adults are regressing. When I tell you, so many of these adults are running around here acting like children. It is so sad to me. That's why I put it in that post, like, grown ass people out here having tantrums, going out sad because if you're someone that's being hated on or being gang stalked or whatever, being picked on, and you're refusing to accept their abuse and or their manipulation, so they want to get huffy with you or want to try to attack you in some way, shape, or form or whatever, because you're smart enough to see and know the BS, and they throwing a like, it's like, yeah, in your big old age, you up here on the ground like a baby, crying and screaming and hollering because someone won't let you disrespect them. Where they do that at? Like, that's that is so weird to me. Like, I could never. Like, I could never. My whole thing is, if I don't rock with you, I don't rock with you. And it's just that easy, that simple, that cut and paste. Like, it's really that simple. And for people who just, they have a thick noggin, it don't permeate, that some people just don't want to deal with you. And that, yeah, nobody, likes rejection. Some take it harder than others, but you have to respect those people's space. Like, you have to respect their feelings, especially if they're not being, disrespectful about it. If they're just respectfully keeping their distance and not trying to hurt you or harm you. Like, what do you gain from trying to, make them react on you when they've done nothing but just left you alone? And of course, this is me saying all this after having had my, reaction, what, going on, what, a week or so ago. And my whole thing is, I'm like, yeah, but the difference between what I experienced and what some of these people out here doing, mine was a reaction. It was not me just going out there just trying to start shit. Like, like, that I'm saying, like, and then my favorite part is people who try to start shit but then don't stand on it. Like, I don't, I don't understand that. If people sit here, beat on their chests and make all this noise and trying to do all this little stupid stuff, but then when you have the opportunity to come face to face, you're ghost mode. Like, that's, like, who has time for that? Because if anything, it just proves that you're exactly the coward that we know you to be. So that's why I'm telling y'all, like, don't fall into these traps and these snares that these bots and everything trying to set, because they working overtime. I will tell you that they are working overtime. And the sad thing is, all that overtime they putting in trying to trip you up and make you fall and stumble. They should have been watching their own path, because somebody could be very well doing the same for them, setting traps and snares to catch them up. And or they're so busy watching you and what you do and what you got going on that they're not paying attention to their own affairs. And then they whole world start to crumble because they were so fixated on you. Like, the energy I've been getting lately is like having a bunch of pocket watchers in my energy. People up here trying to, somehow, some way control my, spending or buying purchases or whatever. And it's just the weirdest thing to me, because I'm like, who are you to try to control what someone else buys or tries to, like, who are you? You don't like my thing is you don't pay my bills. I ain't eating off of your ticket. So why is you worried about what's in my pocket? Am I the only one that's been experiencing that lately or been feeling that? Like people up here low key, high key just trying to do this like weird ass comparison and pocket watching and when I say pocket watching, I just mean somebody that's sitting here, you know, worrying about how you make your ends, how you can afford what you have, how you're able to buy what you buy, etc., etc. That's what I mean when I say a pocket watcher. They're so busy trying to keep up with you or compete with you in a financial way that they're not paying attention to their own shit because they trying to worry about what you got going on. It's weird. It's weird. Like I personally don't understand that just because I don't live my life that way. I'm not sitting here doing what I do because I'm trying to compete with some imaginary person. Like I don't care what other people have. What other people have is for them. What I have is for me. It's really that simple. Um, and of course I recognize that there are a lot of people who barely got their ends to make to take care of their necessities, let alone any leisure items or expenditures. So it's like, just because shit might be a little tight for you doesn't mean that it's got to be tight for everybody else around you. Like I don't know, people just some of these people really need like a reality check and remembering that, yeah, everyone goes through tough times. There's been some groups of people that have known nothing but struggle, okay, in this country, let alone the world, who've known nothing but struggle, but yet got up every day, went to work, went to school, grunt, bear it, got through it, and didn't complain or found a new way to put a smile on their face, even though they're in poverty, even though they might only have $10 to their name to the next pay period, and yet not out here lashing out at people, not out here pocket watching people, but still is a prosperous, happy people going on about their day. And then you have the counterparts who have never really known struggle, who've never really gone without, who don't know anything about having to scrape and scrimp to get by. And so now that the tables are turning, they press because the people who've been in this spot for the longest are no longer in that spot. That they're swapping places. So it's like, yeah, baby, like that's the cosmic order and law of things. What goes up must come down. And I also do believe it said, the Bible say that the head will become the tail and the tail become the head, etc., etc. So, don't be out here, if you're one of them bots that is on here listening to me for whatever weird ass reason, don't do that. Like, baby, everybody got their season, everybody got their time where they get to be up and they get to be down. Lord knows my little family, we I swear to God, that's all my little family know is going through the downs. And then it's like as soon as we get up, everybody else around us is down. And it's like, yeah, I empathize and I hate that for them. But at the end of the day, I'm not finna sit here and stop my rise because someone else is going down. Like, no, like, hey, if you my peoples and if I can assist you, I will. But no, sometimes the things that people go through, even from a financial standpoint, could be their karma. So you don't want to just run in and try to save people out of any in every situation that they're in. And I know, and I'm speaking that because people could be looking at my situation, like, well, that could be her karma. Yeah, and you're right, it could be. Do I feel like it is? No, for the sole fact that I know the seeds that I've sowed. I know how I live my life, and I don't go out here trying to create issues for myself. Like I'm not a problematic person where I just go around and I just try to create beef wherever I go. Like that's not me. But I recognize that it could look that way. I get that. And truthfully, there's no real way to know. And hey, bad things happen to good people all the time, just like good things happen to bad people all the time. I wish I could sit here and say that none of that matters, but sometimes it just is what it is. Um, but from a cosmic standpoint, for those that are finding themselves numbered amongst these individuals who are out here crashing out, in the sense of, like I said, pocket watching and harassing folks and watching it, baby, you better be careful, because I promise you, I've been saying this for the last 3 4 years at this point. If you up there watching somebody else, who watching you? Who watching your pockets? Who's sneaking and creeping around your house to see what you got? Because see, you know how karma work. Karma is funny. While you out there going sneaking and creeping around somebody else's house trying to look in their window and see what they got, somebody could be very well doing that to you. Okay, well, we know they left the house just now to go do they, little stalking thing. All right, bet we gonna go to their house and go steal their stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, hey, y'all better be careful out here, because that get back is coming around a whole lot faster than it was. And I feel like this year in question, there gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be like damn near destitute before this year is up, because of all the fuck shit that they done, thinking that it wasn't gonna catch up to them. But like I said in the post, nobody gets away with anything. That's law. That's cosmic law. Nobody gets away with anything. Nothing that you do secret, in the light, in the dark, goes unchecked. It will be checked. Even if it's not in that moment, somebody, somewhere, somehow, gonna have to pay the piper. You can you cannot go around sowing all these seeds, these bad seeds, and think that you're not gonna yield a crappy ass crop, like, or harvest. You that There's just no way. And I know for some weird people, they might think, oh, well, if I can trick someone into taking my licks for me, then that'll absolve me. But the thing is about it, a lot of people are waking up to that, trying to use people as a scapegoat and all this other BS so that you can bypass your lick. Ain't nobody out here scapegoating for y'all no more. Ain't nobody doing that. People know better now, so they're doing better. I count myself among them, because I recognize that most of my life people have been using me as a scapegoat. Anytime, anytime something wrong happened, oh, it's on me somehow, and I'm like, but I ain't even do nothing to you. I've literally had family members that would act funky towards me, like I done something to them, just to find out later on that they were low key jealous of me about something, and or secretly competing with me about something that I had no clue about, to come back to me. Oh, and oh my gosh, yeah, Ashley, I want to tell you this about this. And I'm like, okay. Like, but you done forgot that you had an attitude with me a couple weeks ago, and now all of a sudden you want me to be your best friend to sit here and listen to your good news. Like, get the fuck out of my face. Like, like I can't stand people like that. Like, you don't have to sit here and hate on someone else's, blessings or happiness to have that for yourself. You don't have to do that. Like, why are people like this? You don't have to hate on what someone else has in order for you to have. You can simply just have, just like they have. It's the only thing that's limiting you is your own mindset and your own actions. And it's most of the time because you're insecure, and that you lack the confidence that that person typically exudes. And instead of, bolstering your own confidence and self-worth, you hate that person because that's what they exude within and without. And it's just really a dumb thing to do, in my opinion, to hate on someone else for simply being who they are. It's weird. It's really weird. And, like I said, I pity them. because people like that, it's rare if they wake up and start doing the right thing. But if, for the small few in that group that are able to wake up and recognize that, hey, you know what, instead of hating on this person, I could just go and do my own thing. Those people get my kudos. Those people get my props, because that means that they had to stop. They had to look in the mirror and say, you know what? Before I'm sitting here trying to tear down somebody else, I better make sure I'm perfect. Because if your ass ain't perfect and you sitting out here trying to tear down someone else who also is imperfect but is trying, boy, I'm telling you, the whirlwind, the karma that's gonna hit your ass is gonna be like no other. And some people hard headed as hell. Like, some people really won't get the lesson and the message until it hits their ass. And I'm talking about upside their head. They won't get it. They simply won't. Not until they lose a family member, or they lose a pet, or they lose their job, or they lose all they stock profile, or you get what I'm saying? Like, there are some people who just simply won't understand that you cannot do things like that to people and think that you're going to come out scot free and unscathed until the bottom falls out for them. And I've never been one to wish bad on anyone, but at the end of the day, if that got to happen to some of these folks, so be it. Especially if it'll help wake them up. But I know that there are a lot of these people who, they're not going to wake up. They're still going to keep doing the same thing. And my thing is, that's literally the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing, hoping for a different result. That's insanity. And like I said, if you out here trying to tear down someone else, you better make sure you're perfect. You better make sure there ain't no spot, there ain't no blemish. You better make sure there ain't no skeletons in your closet while you out here trying to reveal other people's skeletons and stuff. Baby, y'all tell me if I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. But I know it to be true. That's why you don't go trying to dig up other people's dirt and throw it out for the whole world to see, because at the end of the day, that could very likely be you. You better make sure you ain't out here tiptoeing on your spouse. You better make sure you ain't out here taking a little extra from work home. If you catch my drift, you better make sure you're not out here stripping cars for parts and all this other stuff when you supposed to be repairing the cars. You better make sure that secret love child that you got out in the wind stay in the wind. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you get what I'm putting down, give me a heart, give me something in the chat if you get what I'm putting down, because I'm telling you, I really do feel like all these words of wisdom I be spewing out sometimes just be hitting deaf ears, because people literally just they don't know when to quit. They don't know when to stop. And I'm not just speaking for myself, I'm just saying in general, messing with these individuals who clearly have been set apart, who clearly have been chosen for a specific task. And that's not to toot our own horns or anything, because again, a lot of us didn't ask for this. Like, we couldn't have asked for it. This was something that, we were chosen for. Some of us answered the call, some of us didn't. Some of us are still asleep. Some of us, are trying to wake up. I consider myself to be someone that's intermediate. Like, I'm yes, I have awakened, but I still feel like got work to do. I still got a lot of healing to do. I still got a lot of catching up to do, in my opinion. And I'm being completely honest and real with myself. But a lot of people aren't able to do that. It's easier for them to sit here and criticize someone else or what someone else is doing. But how's that saying go? The ones who can't do teach, or something like that, or the ones who can't do criticize. And I'm like, yeah, that's what they do. Criticize, criticize, criticize. But it's not gonna fix anything. It's not gonna change anything for them at least. While you're sitting there trying to tear down that person or persons, they're going on about their lives, whatever, however that looks like for them. And you're still going to be stuck like a duck doing the same thing, spinning out your wheels. And it's just really sad. It's really disappointing that in the grand old year of 2025, we still got grown people that refuse to take accountability for their actions and who seriously believe that they can just treat people any kind of way, and it's just okay. Like it's not even, it doesn't even hurt them the way that they try to hurt other people. Like a lot of these people, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, a lot of these people need to be in a mental asylum. I'm just keeping it a buck. A lot of these people need to be in a mental asylum. They are not healthy. They are not well. I don't care what they think. I don't care if they get up and go to work every day and all. Baby, you're not mentally stable. Mentally stable people don't have time to do all that. Mentally healthy people don't be doing all that. And it's crazy because they'll literally try to flip that script and narrative on those of us who have been set apart and say, because we choose to acknowledge the BS that they try to put us through and say that we're crazy for calling it out, when it's just that them calling us crazy doesn't mean that we are. If anything, we're some of the sanest people walking this planet. Um, and it's just really sad that that's the world that we live in, where up is down and down is up and crazy is sane and sane is crazy. And yeah, it's just hella, it can be hella confusing. But like I said, this energy shift um is something else. It's really been, but I feel like it's been nothing but positive energy, at least for me. I don't know about the rest of you all. I hope it's been positive for you all, because I feel renewed. I feel a vigor that I've not felt in a while. And I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to ride that out as long as I can, that feeling, because, it's like there's really not much else positive going on too much around me, or at least in the immediate vicinity, that I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes me happy or whatever. Like, no, like all of my happiness has been coming from within. And that's where it should start with all of us. We should be happy with ourselves first and foremost before we're worried about extending it to anything outside of ourselves, in my opinion. Oh, listen to me being hella introspective right now. But I'm just keeping it honest. I'm just keeping it real. This energy, of course, just like anything else, energy is just energy. Technically, there is no good, there is no bad when it comes to energy. It just is. It's what we do with it, it's our intentions with it, which is what, makes the difference, whether we choose to use it for good intentions or bad intentions. That's, because some of the stuff that I've had going on just in general, I could easily take it and just be negative all the time and have a chip on my shoulder about everything, and just inherently just disrespect everybody I come in contact with. But I don't operate like that. I don't. Or at least I try not to. And for me, it's recognizing that at the end of the day, you are in control. You are in the driver's seat. You dictate how your day is going to go. You dictate how your life will progress or regress or whatnot. And it's taken a long time for me to get to this point, to recognize that I am wholly, solely in control of my reality, of what I want to happen for or to me or, around me. It's everything is a reflection of me. And I'm not saying that to like be cocky, just like everything around you is a reflection of you, you know, because in the grand scheme of things, we all are one. Everything is, when you look at other people, you should be able to see a part of yourself in those people. Even some of these bots, like, I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, there might be a part of them that represents maybe an unhealed part within you. And I know I had my, like, introspection about that same type of topic. What, not, was it last year? Where I was like, man, why do I dislike this person so much? Or why does this person seem to get up under my skin so much? And I had to go within and really just dive deep and get down to the bottom of it. And I was able to come up with the conclusion and sort through that. But a lot of people, they don't want to do that. They just want to stay at status quo. They just want to stay, what's the word, on the fence, so to speak. They don't want to have to dig too deep, because they know that's where all their skeletons are buried, and a lot of people don't want to touch their skeletons. It's easier for them to want to drag out somebody else's than them go through their own. But as we know, when you're trying, it's no different. The whole adage about, when you dig a grave for someone else, you might as well dig one for yourself. It's literally the same adage, because a lot of these people, who operate like that, sometimes they're willing to self-destruct. They're willing to allow their whole, you know, spot to be blown up, in the sense of, you know, everything about them coming out to the light and all that, just so they can get this person or that person or those group of people. They'll pretty much, quote unquote, light themselves on fire, just so that they can let a couple of embers hit the person that they don't like. Like, that's insanity. Like, that's not a sane, mentally stable person who's willing to do stuff like that. That's not like, that's not okay. That's not okay at all. And it's just sad to watch. That's what I said. People are out here going out sad. They don't have no more hope. They don't have no they don't have a conscience, I guess. I'm not gonna sit and pretend like I know exactly what is going through their mental faculties, because again, I don't operate like that, so I wouldn't know. I'm just grasping at straws. I'm just looking at what's around me and assessing it accordingly. But yeah, a lot of folks are spinning out, and I think it is correlated to the energy. The ascension, essentially, is taking place. And of course, whatever, like, I've said this before also, whatever refuses to grow, as we all know, naturally will die. And that's just the natural order of things. You can call it Darwinism, Darwinism. You can call it, survival of the fittest. You can call it whatever, natural selection, whatever you want to call it. But in this case, it's more so on a spiritual level. It's like those people who are refusing to do their shadow work, people who are refusing to take accountability, people who are refusing to open up those old wounds and discover and rediscover those traumas and things that they've lived through and experienced, and that they refuse to want to deal with, and or that, maybe their brain locked it away, or their subconscious locked it away. And because we all get that, was it like, the midlife crises, which again is just, if you haven't taken the time to process a lot of the things that you've been through by that time, that's why it comes up and it rears its ugly head, and it seems so like unbearable, because it's like, oh my God, it's like it's hitting you from left, right, up, down. Like, you're like, oh, I can't, like, what is going on? And it's like, yeah, that's because you haven't done the work. You haven't stopped and taken the time to process what all, hangups you might have. And this isn't coming from like a judgmental place, but I'm just speaking from experience because this is what it felt like for me when I had my, midlife crises or whatever. And I really started like realizing that, man, I got a lot of ish I still got to process, even though I, been to therapy, done the steps, done know I acknowledge that it happened, and I want to move on, and stuff still kept coming up. Like every time I thought I was done, it was trauma was like, nope, you missed one, you missed one, you forgot this one right here. And that's how it is, like, and it can be annoying, it can be frustrating because it's like all you want to be is done. Like that's been my sentiment. I'm like, I just want to be done with this. Like I don't want to feel bad or feel negative about any of this stuff. I just want it to be over. But it would rear its ugly head again, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I didn't process it right the first time, so I got to do it all over again. And sometimes that's also what needs to happen. Like there are certain lessons that we have to learn. We have to run through that test more than one time, because maybe it was just a really big lesson, and the cosmos, the creator, or whatever you believe in, was like, yeah, you still not there yet. You're close, but you're still not there yet. And I definitely know, shoot, I'm still being worked on in this moment, to this day. And that's the only way that you get better, is to refine your resilience, with putting up with certain things, and again, just going within, and doing the work. You have to do the work. No one else can process your trauma and hangups for you. Excuse me. No one else can do that for you. Only you can do that. Because my whole thing is, I'm like, it's easy for someone to point out another person's flaws or their shortcomings, but it's like, yeah, but have you taken a look at yours? Because again, like with scriptures, like, the person who had a beam in their eye looking at the person with the speck, trying to call out the speck that's in their eye, but they got a huge ass beam coming out of theirs. It's like, yeah, you can't, it's kind of hard for you to sit here and think you got a righteous seat to stand upon to judge someone else if you're not looking within and you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. How can you call out someone else on what they are or aren't doing? That's why we shouldn't be so quick to judge other people, and what they're doing, even if it's not something that we agree with, because you don't know if that might be a part of the steps in the process of them working on themselves or healing themselves. That's why, me sitting here calling people bots and stuff, because that's what they acting like. That they're acting like people who just are on autopilot. Like like that's what I'm saying. Like, because if they were living in their authenticity, I very much so doubt that they would be doing the things that they're doing or behaving the way that they behave. I'm just calling it like I see it. It's not even on no disrespectful stuff. Cause there's worse things I could call it, if I'm being completely honest. But no, I feel like bots or Smiths, for any of those of you, Matrix, that's a Matrix reference for me, even though I haven't technically watched the Matrix. But I've watched a snapshot or two, and I recognize that the entities within that movie were referred to, or the entity was referred to as Agent Smith. So I just call them Smiths because that's what they are. They're Agent Smiths of said Matrix. And for those of us who are the Neos of this Matrix, we are on the path to ascension. We, no matter how this plays out, are gonna bust out of this thing. We have no choice but to. It's a part of our calling. But the Smiths, they're the ones that are on the fence. They're the ones that are lukewarm. They're the ones who, it's like, all right, you're being given a chance to cut the BS and get your butt up here with the rest of us Neos. But you're not doing that. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. Therefore, the alternative is that you're gonna remain within the matrix. I don't envy y'all. I don't. Period. Like I don't want to do this crap again. I want to be able to pass this test and be able to check it and never have to come back and do this little act again. But for those of you who y'all still up here working for the Smiths, y'all, hey, for those of you who watch the Matrix, because remember, I ain't watch it, all right? Y'all let them know how that ends for them Smiths. That's all I'm gonna say, because I can imagine it probably didn't end well or end up in their favor or however they thought it was gonna go. That's all I can imagine. So yeah, energy shifts, just recognizing that we need to continue to be patient with ourselves and to a lesser extent others, because some people are kind of the late bloomers in this thing and they might still be trying to wake up and get the scales off their eyes. So I and it's so hard because it's like I don't want to just write everybody off as a Smith, because I know not everyone is. Some people are Neos. They're just still slowly, waking up, getting the crust out of their eye. And, for those people, we need to be patient. We need to work with them as best we can, and give them space to work through the traumas, the emotions, because a lot of that stuff has to be done alone. Having people around you oftentimes will slow down your progress, because that's a journey that you're meant to go alone. Now, once you go through it and you beat it, then that's where we can all of us Neos can connect on the other side and be like, hey, yeah, buddy, high five. We all, got through it. But we all have kind of had to have our dark night of the soul, which is what that typically is referred to, where you may not have no one on your side. You may not have anyone immediately around you to console you or to help you through the process or to handhold you. And that's by design, from what I gather. It's by design because, like I said, some things you have to face it alone. But we live in a world where so many people are so codependent, and they constantly need someone to handhold them through everything. And unfortunately, like, that's, you think that that's a nice thing to have, but it's actually a clutch. It actually weakens you because you're not being able to realize your fullest potential, because you have a cushion behind you. Like if you were to do the trust fall test, you're not sweating it because you got a whole gaggle of people right behind you that for sure are going to catch you. But I believe where we are right now is that what happened, or how will you react if those people are removed? Will you still land on your feet, or will you fall flat on your face or on your back in that case? You'll never know, because you've never had to be without the or what's the word, the extended family dynamic or unit, the excessive friends and all that. Because I'm sorry, like, true Neos, chosens, what have you, typically don't have a lot of that. And I'm not saying for each and every one, but from the ones that I've spoken to, that I've met, that I've dealt with, vast majority of us, all we got is us, and or some of us that are lucky enough to be married or in a relationship or have children, that's it. That's all we got is our little family unit, and that's it. Like, and other than that, people thugging it out by themselves through this life, and don't have a cushion to lean back on, or don't have a tribe or a village of people behind them. And sometimes, like I said, that can be a clutch that can stop a lot of people from taking risk and getting out of their comfort zones, leaving their hometowns, leaving their home state, because they know, well, if I stay here, I have this whole family dynamic supporting me. And it's like, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, that might seem well and good, but it really won't help you to grow as a person, because you always have that safety net. You always have that cushion. It's kind of like going through life with training wheels. And even though you can ride a bike without training wheels, you refuse to remove the training wheels just in case. Even though you're capable of doing it without training wheels. Like, that's the best like analogy or metaphor I can think of in this moment. And as we all know, like riding a bike, once you know how to ride a bike, you never forget it. And that's just like going through the challenges in life. Once you overcome some huge ass hurdles by yourself, or with, or in this case, or if you have a family, if it's just you and your husband, or you and your wife, or just you and your children, and y'all are able to get through that stuff, baby, y'all are going to be unstoppable. Nothing will ever be able to stop you. Nothing will ever be able to tear y'all down. And I'm speaking from experience, from my own family, trials and tribulations that we've gone through. And even with us being in a family dynamic, there have still been trials and tribulations that each of us have had to fight on our own. There literally was nothing that sometimes there's nothing that I could do for my spouse. Sometimes there was nothing that my spouse could do for me. Like, I just had to tough it out on my own. And same for him. And even with my children, like, they've had to go through their own little trials and tribulations. So everyone has to at some point get to that place where you're going to be tested. Everyone will. Some people pass, some people fail. Some people get a blessed chance to have a redo. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like with this energy right now, it's literally like last call. Like, again, I don't go to no bars, I don't drink or none of that. But like, I've heard that in bars and stuff they do what's called last call, which is where, people get their last opportunities to get whatever drinks or whatever they're going to get before the bar closes down. That's what I feel right now. I feel like this energy is saying, hey, for those of you who've done the work, who are literally just in the waiting lobby, like if you're a gamer and you're just chilling in the waiting lobby, like that's where we are. We're in the waiting lobby. We just waiting on the next pair of orders. What's next? We done the dark night of the soul. We done smashed our traumas. We've grown, we've stumbled and tripped along the way, but we made it, and we're just in the waiting lobby. But then there's those individuals who see us in the waiting lobby, and they're trying to hurry up and run and get to us and get to where we are, but they still got all of these obstacles in front of them. And unfortunately, that doorway is closing faster and faster and faster. So for those people who are still trying to run to get to where we are, keep going. Don't stop. Don't turn back. Now is not the time to backpedal. You don't really have time for that, because I instinctively feel that things are getting ready to pick up in a big way. And if you have not been tried by the fire, which is, going through the dark night of the soul, going through the challenges, you are going to be left below. That is what I am picking up. That's my download, if you will. That's what I'm getting from spirit, from my guides or universe, whatever. That is what I'm picking up. If you have not done the work, if you're on pause right now, you need to press play and tap back in before it's too late, because once that door closes, it is not opening again. Like, again, ever. And that's what I've been feeling. So that's why for me, like, I've been saying it more now, kind of making it my catchphrase, that's only up from here, because that's the only way I can go is up. I refuse to backpedal. I refuse to go back to a state less than what I know or where I know I deserve to be. I refuse. So I know that there's some people who still out here trying to get their proverbial licks back and being petty and all this stuff. Like, baby, that's that old energy. That's that old, energy. We are in this new energy where it's all positivity and love and light. And if that is not what you're on, you are going to wake up one day and you're going to look around to your left and to your right. And the only people that you're going to see is people like you, who behave like you, who act like you, who talk like you, who have the mindset like you. Everyone that is of a high vibration, everyone that is positive, everyone that's filled with love and true light and all of that jazz is going to be gone. And y'all going to be stuck down here with each other. Take it how you want to. Listen, don't listen. Hey, what do I know? I'm just some chick on YouTube. I ain't perfect by no means, but I just felt guided to come on here and drop that little nugget because I feel like it needs to be said. And ultimately because I'm in a place where I'm doing good. So I want everyone else around me to be doing good too. Like I don't want to see people being left below. But at the end of the day, if they are just gonna be hard headed and stubborn, hey, then what they say, it's above me. It's above me now. Like it's not in my respective power to control where someone else goes or doesn't go. That power is within themselves. They may just need someone like myself to help them realize that. And that'll have to be the last little bit of help that you get from someone else, because otherwise you're still being codependent. You're still needing someone else to tell you and confirm for you. You have to just instinctively know. You have to just know, like, hey, yeah, something ain't right. I'm not doing something right. Something don't feel right. Like I should have done I should be doing something different. Like, you just have to, it's kind of like a light bulb just comes on and you just start to know, like, yeah, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do or doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm not doing my absolute best in this life. I could be doing so much more or so much better, but I'm still choosing to do low vibrational things. I'm still choosing to gossip. I'm still choosing to cheat around. I'm still choosing to, eat low vibrational foods, which again, I'm no one to talk as I dabble. I ain't shame. And I'm honest. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's like, even I know, like, the energy I've been feeling lately, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm going to have to cut that ish out too, because it's not resonating. It don't hit the same. And I think that's putting me exactly where I need to be. But yeah, I just feel like, for those people who got that work to do, you better hurry up, because I know so many folks be thinking that they got all the time in the world, but you really don't. You really, really don't. Life is short. You could wake up today and be gone tomorrow. I'm being as serious as a heart attack. Like, put in the work, do the work, take the time. If you're around negative people who are encouraging you to do negative things or to hurt other people, even if it's not even physical, I mean, in an emotional way, or, or spreading rumors or gossip, what, you better stop. You better get away from those people, because those people do not have your best interests at heart. Those are some of the worst people to be around, because they will manipulate you if you refuse, right? Well, last time I checked, that's not love. You know, no one should be challenging you or manipulating you into do anything that you don't want to do. And if you think that you and this person or these people have some type of, like, hell or heaven to put someone in to think that you get to be on the judgment seat to judge them. You do know the same meat in which you measure will be measured right back to you. And the same thing goes with the company that you keep. Birds of a feather flock together. You can't be sitting there talking about, oh, I'm not like them, I'm not nothing like that, but yet that's all you hang around is people like that. Especially if these people also aren't trying to better themselves. They're not trying to do better. They are still on the same BS they've been on as long as you've known them. If you met them and they were gossiping and it's been 5, 10, 15, 20 years later and they still gossiping about people, baby, that person not going to change. That's who they are. So the only person you can change is you. And the first step is getting away from them because they're not good for you. Because people who will gossip to you will gossip about you. That's number one. Like, let's get that understood right now. We got so many other things that we could be focused on in this year alone. There are so many serious things taking place specifically in our country, in the US, that requires more attention than sitting here worrying about what Susie Q got, what color shoes she got or don't got, or who her man is, and who, like, why are we still on this? Like, why can't we come together to say, hey, how can we go and help the homeless, or how can we go and clothe the orphans, or you get what I'm saying? Like, why can't it be on some positive stuff? Why always got to be this negative stuff? Like, I swear, since the dawn of time, man has been hating on man. It's literally crab in the barrel mentality, not realizing that we're all in the same goddamn barrel. Like, wake up, realize who your real people are, who really will have your back at the end of the day. Because when you surround yourself with people like that, just know you don't really have no friends. Just as quick as them people who sit there and talk about whoever to you, they probably doing the same thing as soon as you leave. Yeah, girl, I just act like I like her. I don't really mess with her like that. But hey, she a little good flunky though. If I tell her to go to the store and do this for me, she'll do it. Yeah, that's the only reason I keep her around. Yeah. And then when you come back around, oh hey, such and such. Yeah, girl, how you do? Like, fake, just as fake as they want to be. And that's what you want. That's what you're willing to settle for, huh? The choice is yours. Like, it really is. You don't have to sit here and tolerate that. You don't have to accept that. You deserve better than that. If no one else told you, I'm telling you. And you can't be sitting here being involved with stuff like that and people like that and think that you're going to be able to have a seat in heaven, or whatever you want to call it. Like, no, that stuff is low vibrational. Cut it out. Those of us who are, like I said, have done the work and are doing the work, have and again, some of us have been in your same spot and was able to get out of it and get through it, so you could do it too. Don't feel like you're alone. You're not. And that doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. It only make you a bad person if you continue to behavior, if you continue to be that way, even though you know better. Then yeah, that's a choice, baby. Because everybody got a choice. People like to see that like they hands is tied. Oh, I couldn't do nothing. It's just how it is. No, it's not just how it is. You have the power to change it. Now, whether you change it or not is up to you. But like I said, that door is closing. It's closing time. Like, that's the song that just download I just got for that song. It's closing time. It, I'm telling you, Heed my words. Heed my words. Because I promise you, this world getting ready to show us better than anybody can tell us. Stuff is ramping up out there. If we don't get as many people on board and above board, there's gonna be a lot of people left below, a lot of people confused, a lot of people, well, wait, I'm confused. I thought I was doing things right. I thought I was. We all know that there's something that we could be doing. We all know we all know what our issues are. Some of us are easier to accept them than others. That is the truth. I know some people like to refer to those individuals who have a harder time doing those things as narcissistic people. But a lot of the times, these are just people who are very deeply insecure about themselves. So, in turn, they try to control everybody and everything around them to make themselves feel better. Or they try to tear down everyone and everything around them so that they come up looking like the shiny turd, I guess. I don't know. But these people, I do feel like some of them can be redeemed with the proper guidance and the proper help. But there are some of those who just, the malignant narcissists, I don't know if those people will ever get it. I can hope, but I really don't know if they will. And then for those of us, like I said, are more empathetic, who tend to be able to, what's the word? We tend to embody other people's feelings, emotions, vibes, energy, etc., etc. It comes easier for us. Doesn't mean that it is easy, but it comes more natural for us to be able to say, you know what? I probably shouldn't have cussed out my boss today, but he really pissed me off. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, but on Monday, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna apologize to Bob, because you know what, Bob didn't deserve that. That's my bad. You have no idea how hard that would be for like a person that's considered a narcissist to do. It would be like pulling teeth. And then even if they did do it, it wouldn't be genuine. It wouldn't be coming from a genuine place a lot of the times, because I'm not saying that they, well, I mean that's literally the textbook definition. It's just people who they they don't have empathy. They lack empathy for others, and that's what makes it so much harder to get them on board and get them with the program. But like I said, I'm gonna have to. I guess God gonna sort them out. That's, for those individuals, I can't do anything for. But for the people that are likely being manipulated and being controlled by other people around them, though, I guess that's who this call is going out to. You know, you know what you're supposed to be doing. You know how to do it. Just do it. Because if you don't, you're going to be stuck down here with all them. And nobody wants that. Or at least of all, you shouldn't want that. You should want to be in the winner circle, you know? Not that this is like a win-lose thing, but then again, there is a lot at stake. There is. And I don't know, like, the energy is so pure and it's so raw right now, with everything going on around me. Like, I feel so tapped in, and I'm feeling like hella encouraged to just try to encourage others. Continue, if you're someone out here that's shedding light on the negative things going on around us, keep doing that, because that helps aid the ascension by us calling this stuff out and bringing it to the light. It doesn't get tucked away, it doesn't get pushed to the back. And and that's a lot of times how people like to deal with things. They like to just shove it in the back and, oh, I'll deal with it another time. But no, a lot of this stuff that's going on, or that has been going on, it needs to be exposed, it needs to be talked about, it needs to be brought to the light, so that true justice can reign for whatever those situations are, that I'm referring to, because there's multiple different areas that or things that are going on and have been going on that need to be addressed once and for all. And I don't know, I'm just hard pressed to feel like everything is coming to a close. Everything is we're in an impasse. So naturally, just like with a climax, naturally you get to that top, you peak there. And it's like it's only two directions: either you're going back or you're going forward. Like there is no in between, and the decision really is yours. I just want people to get a fighting chance, get a decent chance to, if that's what they truly sincerely desire. Now for people who are listening to me and they're like, oh, she don't know what she talking about, she crazy, she just talking. Like, no, baby, like this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm being led to say. And my intuition since I was a young girl has always been spot on. I have never felt so confident about what I'm saying, like, ever. Because yeah, like this, it's just, I don't know, it's just it's in my face and I can't ignore it. Like, I refuse to sit here and act like I'm not getting this download. Like, I wouldn't be doing my part if I didn't come on here and share this. And I know I may have started off comically, but it's a serious message. Like, it's really serious. Um, and I'm sure for those who have already been like seeing like mysterious wonders like in the skies. I know a lot of people have been seeing things in the skies and all that. Like, not, I personally have not experienced seeing anything, but I know that that doesn't mean that there are other people who have. And I don't know. I'm not sure if it's related or not, but stuff is happening, people. Like, look around you. It's really easy to see if you want to see it. But if you're a person who, oh, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, then you're gonna be one of those people that's gonna be left behind. And it's not gonna be because people didn't try to tell you, people didn't try to warn you. And I feel like that's exactly how I feel in this moment, is that I wouldn't be doing my part if I didn't get on here and give this warning, or give this foreboding, or not foreboding, this what's the word? It's like on the tip of my tongue. This I don't want to say prophecy or nothing like that, because I don't think I'm a prophet or anything like that. I'm just telling y'all what I'm feeling. And as we know, a woman's intuition is top tier. All right. Especially a woman who is, on the spiritual side. And like, I wish, I wish y'all could experience what I'm experiencing in this moment, so that you would see like the seriousness of what I'm saying. But that's why I'm here delivering the message, for those who can't experience it or see it or hear it, or at least in this moment. Because I know there's still a lot of people walking around on this plane thinking that, oh, every day is just every day and nothing, what are they talking about? Nothing's happening. It's just another Friday. But it's not. Like, there's a lot going on around us, whether you choose to acknowledge it or not. Like, there's a lot happening, and things aren't the same. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is like, continue to do the work if you're doing the work. For those who out there doing this low vibrational stuff, stop it. Get some help. You know, it's not too late for you. There will be no shame. There's no shame in asking for help. If you need to go to therapy or whatever, like, as long as that resource is available, do it. That's how I feel. Or if you have a trusted confidant that can help you get started with your journey, do it. Otherwise, you're gonna have to start searching your own soul, and working through, don't just don't not do anything because you're scared of how to start and how to do and how to be and so on and so forth. Like, just for sure, do your best. Like, that's it. No one's asking you to be perfect at it. Just try to be different, try to change, try to elevate now. It is pressing, it is urgent, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of devastation, there's going to be a lot of lost people. And I don't want that, me personally. Like, I want everyone to win. I've always felt that way. I want everyone to have true happiness, true success, true love, true whatever, the best of the best. I want that for everybody, who is earnestly working towards that. But again, if you're a person out here and you're on the other side, no, you earnestly deserve what's on that other side, because that's what you're working for. That's, how's that saying go? Like, wherever you're putting your money, or your nesting eggs, like, that's what is gonna spring up. If you're sowing all this stuff for bad intentions and stuff, then that's what you're gonna reap. Like, it's really simple. But if you're sowing and you're putting in the work and you're sowing for good things and all that, then that's what you're gonna reap. Even if it takes some time, because stuff doesn't always come when you think it should. So you just kind of gotta be patient. Patience is a virtue. Patience is something that we all are going to have to learn and have had to learn. Um, I know I tend to have a long patience, but I do feel like it's been getting shorter and shorter, especially as I've been getting older. However, I'm having to tap back into that to exercise that muscle, because now is not the time for me to be losing my cool and losing my head. Like, I'm not trying to be stuck down here with these folks. Like, I already done got my preview. I'm good. I know where I want to be. So that's what I'm focusing on, going forward. And I'm kind enough to come back and tell the rest of the flock, because there's some people, once they feel like they make it to where they want to be, they don't care about nobody else making it in. But I'm not one of those people. I still want other people to make it in. Even if I made it, I want to help the people out below me. Like, because we're stronger together. We're stronger if we're able to get through this stuff together, ultimately. But like I said, originally, you might have to go start the test alone, but that doesn't mean that's how you'll finish it. So I hope that, this message finds you all well. Um, and yeah, like I said, it's just supposed to be just a general hangout, but that was really just on the top of my brain to to get it out. And I'm glad that I did, and I hope someone can take something from it. If just one person can take something from it, that'll be a-okay with me. Um, let me see what's going on here in the chat. So Caulk D says most targeted individuals aid alone and do not have proper support system. No, and that's very true. And I definitely touched on that. I know that to be very true. Another one says, or it says, Robert Mann, can you see the chat? Um, Somewhat, I guess. I don't know. Is there a lot of chatter going on? Because I did preface in the beginning that any bots in here, spamming my chat with any like nonsense, I'm not responding. Because again, I'm focusing my energy on those who are here for the right reasons and right intentions. Um, so for those who are here just trying to get another energy fix off of me, I'm sorry, but you gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna let you starve. But I don't. Let me see. Like, actively in this moment, I'm not seeing any other messages coming through. Like I said, I've been dealing with suppression and electronic interference, stuff like that. So it wouldn't surprise me if for this one that it's the same ish. But like I said, I'm over it. I'm past it. I know one way or another this message will get to who it needs to get to. Whether it be live or after I post it as a video. So I'm not worried. But thank you for asking. What time I got here? 11:33. Well, sure. I guess that's all. All I had to say. I was hoping to interact with you all a little more and checking and seeing how you all are doing, how you're feeling, how your week went. Because I know a lot of you all, or some of you all, have said that you're here for the life aspect, which I guess these lives I've been doing, I suppose would be life, the life category, because this is in real time, real life. I'm just up. Because that's another thing too with the energy shifts. My sleeping pattern has been bananas, but in a good way. I'm not even complaining though. Like I feel like I've been like sleeping on like 2 or 3 hours or less, but I'm not feeling tired. Like when I get up, I still been waking up, popping fresh, ready to take on the day. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm feeling this shift in more ways than one. My energy has been up, which is always a good thing. Like I said, I haven't been sleeping as long, but when I do sleep, I'm sleeping deeply. I'm sleeping well. And I think that's just a part, again, I think that's a part of just ascending. You don't need a lot of rest. Whereas in the past, I used to struggle with like insomnia. Well, I mean, I still intermittently deal with insomnia, but it's been a lot less than I'm used to. And then like fatigue and stuff like that. But I don't even have fatigue. I'm saying I wish I could see you guys's or you all your comments to see if any of you have been feeling the same. Because the likelihood is that I'm not the only one feeling what I'm feeling. Like I said, some of us might be feeling it in this moment. Others of us may be feeling it like before the month is out, maybe. But anywho, I'm going to go ahead and pop off of here. Thank you all for joining. If you joined in, thank you for listening to this crazy woman's ramblings yet again. But I'm not crazy though. I'm crazy like a fox. I'm going to say that. But no, I definitely feel a change. I do. And it's not something I can ignore. So thank you all for letting me get on here and share that with you. I hope that the night ends well for you all, or the early morning, wherever you are watching this. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, see you.